Why do we put our teeth under our pillow? But for the tooth fairy, Jason. And she'll leave you $1 if you're lucky.
Who collects the teeth, Jason? The Queen of the Fae. The Fae of Things were beings blessed with immortality.
I keep getting sent videos of Pat, who is wonderful, who I stitched just now. Because everyone is saying that's my parenting style. And I can't argue with that. And here's proof. Let's talk about the Tooth Fairy, okay? The Tooth Fairy legend in this house. First off, I had to take care of my nieces for 16 months this last year. A 5-year-old and a 15-year-old. And the 5-year-old was curious of a jar on top of one of our shelves. And without missing a beat, my husband goes, "Oh, didn't you know?" In true uncle fashion. "Didn't you know? I was an underwater tooth fairy for sharks, and this is the teeth that I collected in a single day one time. The most I ever did. Do you know how hard it is to put your arm under a sleeping shark while he goes chomp, chomp, chomp in his sleep?" Thanks, honey. Fast forward to 2 nights ago. Yeah. Link, my 10-year-old autistic one, is losing his last round of BB teeth. And we know he lost a tooth, but we couldn't freaking find it. It was not under his pillow. So then I bore witness to the most glorious conversation. My husband marched to his room. He goes, "I just got a call today." And Link goes, "Okay," because he's trying to figure out what that has to do with him. And he goes, "Your tooth fairy's very upset with you because he can't find your tooth. Where's your tooth? Is it under your pillow?" And he says, "No, I hid it to see if he could find, if she could find him." He says, "Your tooth fairy's a he." He's like, "My tooth fairy's a he." Yes, he. And he's like looking at his dad like, "That's not right. That's not how the story goes." And he goes, "Do you really think?" He says, "First off, I can't be your tooth fairy because you're not allowed." This lore, you're not allowed to be a tooth fairy for your own species. I wasn't the only underwater shark tooth fairy. And the fairies, actual fairies, do people teeth, and your tooth fairy is a he. Yep. Okay. He's so he demands where the tooth is. And come to find out, Link had hid it under books. We would have never found it, to be honest. And he's like, "Well, I'm going to place it up here." And then fast forward, it's like 3 in the morning. My husband's in the living room working on something when a very, very sleepy 10-year-old comes out holding up the baggie which once held a tooth, now holds dollar bills. And he goes, "He found it, Dad." And he's like, "Oh, look at that, he did." We're not salty about the situation at all. And I sat there afterwards like, "Do you think you really bought your tooth fairy?" And he says, "I have a jar of the shark's teeth that proves that it's real." And he's like, "Please don't." Oh, he says, "I don't know." He just laughed the whole time. So I can't say if my kids believe the crazy stories that both me and my husband cook up for holidays. So, but they're at least enjoying it and having a laugh out of it. And so, yeah. And if you're wondering where on earth did Val get a giant jar of shark's teeth? We inherited this. We got this in Grandpa's rocks. Like the big chunk of jasper? That was part of the inheritance. We have a lot of rocks.